Hey, this is the World Advice Channel. What I want to talk about today is a question that has been coming up a lot, especially as of recently, because of the situation of what's going on in the world today, which is a question a lot of people have kind of wondered, but are very uncomfortable discussing, which is the question of is Western civilization and civilization as we know it, modern civilization, about to collapse or is going to collapse, if anything? So for this video, I'll discuss if it will collapse. Okay, which is a question that everyone has just been curious about, if anything. Okay, so let's get started talking about that question based on what is going to happen. So is this going to be saying it's going to collapse? Um, Not necessarily. This video is not about if it's going to collapse. It's more a case of if we keep on doing things the same way, is will it collapse? So I'll discuss that for this video. So for this video, I just want to make it clear, this will you have to watch a whole video to truly understand this. To be quite honest with you, if you don't watch a whole video, you're not gonna understand it. Anyway, let's get started. So when it comes to the answering that question, with the way things are going, the simple answer to that question is an absolute yes. Everything from global warming to political divisions to the AI takeover of our jobs, to political corruption, to the lack of morality the young people of today have, our civilization is showing definite signs of collapse. Now, out of all these things, one of the biggest ones is the fact of the matter is a lack of morality. Now, when it comes to the lack of morality, which of course people are going to be like, what does morality have anything to do with the collapse of civilization? Is the truth of the matter is it has a lot to do with the collapse of civilization because when it comes to civilization, one of the most important things that's necessary for a civilization to flourish, which a lot of civilizations in the past have kind of not really understood that well. And and that's why they did collapse. Eventually they did collapse, and we still don't understand today is the importance of having morals. Like, for example, realizing that it's not okay to do certain things. It's not okay to do just everything you feel like doing. Because at the end of the day, if you have nothing, moral compass, then what do you stand for? There's nothing you stand for. There's nothing you believe in. There's nothing you're willing to fight for or do. That is one of the main reasons why our society is heading towards destruction. Because when people have no morals, then there's nothing as they said, they believe in. There's nothing that they stand up for. And it becomes a society where people do whatever they feel will give them a degree of pleasure instead of a case of actually it you know instead of having restrictions, which then of course that's going to get old, and then people are going to find even newer things to, even crazier things to satisfy them. And when people, as society has shown, people start getting that mindset, that creates a lot of problems. First and foremost, one of the biggest ones that starts to come up is you start realizing quickly how many people liked the idea, or in other words, fantasize about eating other people. And that's kind of one of the biggest problems there. Because if people start eating other people, there's going to be less people there. Not to mention, if people are just sleeping with everyone, then who exactly would a father be? Like, these are questions that people don't feel comfortable asking, but it's the truth. Because when people don't have any morals, there's nothing they believe in. They just do whatever, and then it's chaos. It's crazy. It's madness, if anything. So that's one of the first signs that our civilization is going to collapse if this issue is not resolved. Okay, that's the first sign. The second sign that our civilization, that kind of relates to the first but is different, is different, is the case of greed. You know, it is just greed. Because the thing about greed, which is actually the more you look at it, you realize how foolish it actually is, and how there actually are ways people can kind of deal with it, is that greed is when people start caring less about actually having vision, something they believe in. All they care about is making money. Money, 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 money. Um, to be quite honest with you, money, 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 money. There's no such thing as, okay, I have enough, I can at least do this, or I can do that. I can support this movement, I can do this to help people. It's just a case of I want more and more money. And that's the world we are moving into. They're training us more and more to think more about I just simply want money. Okay? I just want more money. Who cares about who cares about other people? Who cares about the greater good? Who cares about the fact that if I act like that, then what if it encourages other people to act like that? And then they only care about themselves and no one's thinking about a collective good for everyone, for that matter. Just like, for example, why do I want to help build a bigger city that can make things better if I can simply use that money for my own personal needs? And history has shown this that people in the past, at least the good leaders, were willing to sacrifice some of things that would give them temporary satisfaction for what would benefit things in the long run. You always realize at the end of the day, it always works out much better. It's much grander and more amazing than if they just did something for themselves. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say here. But people in the modern day world don't think like that. Even when you look at these seminars and stuff, where you talk about making money, they don't teach people to think about, okay, how's this going to affect everyone else, or how's this going to affect the world for that matter. All they teach people is, how can I make as much money as possible? And that's another sign of a civilization decline. People are caring more about themselves, their short-term pleasure, instead of thinking about the long term. Now, the third and the last point that goes along with answering this question, because there's so many things that is actually a sign that that civilization comes to an end. But these are some of the main things that are actually can cause it more than anything else. And which leads me to the third point, is simply due to the fact of people not being able to agree with each other. Now, when it comes to this particular issue, this leads to another issue that is a very, very bad issue, which is AI technology and the idea of having robots do everything for us. Because the thing about it in general, and not even just for AI, just for anything for that matter, is that the truth of the matter is we have this political division between left and right. The left thinks this way, the right thinks this way, the left thinks this way, the right thinks this way. Instead of realizing at the end of the day, most things in the world people can agree on, actually, for that matter. Most things, despite our differences as human beings and the ways we see the world, we can agree on. Like, for example, we can agree on, okay, is it wrong to start wars for no reason? Yes, it's wrong. Should we focus more on helping the environment so we can live in a better world in the future, so we can have a better world for our kids? Yes. Um, do we need certain things to make our world in general work better? Like, for example, do we need better technologies and stuff like that? Like like clean air and renewable energy. Yes, but the thing is because of political divisions, we're not able to get along with that, and that's another issue that's causing a lot of badness. Because the truth of the matter is, if clearly people cannot see two people groups of people see things in a different way, then it's a sign, yes, our civilization is going to collapse, because we have two sides that can't get along. And if you can't get along, then how are you going to put two and two together and fix things together? So the third reason why our civilization is destined, it might collapse, if anything, because through all that division, it just creates more issues. Anyway, this is my video. If you like political videos like this, remember to thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. And that is all. Simply put it, later.